Okay, so you want to own a gas station. Buy the property, put up the signs, fill the tanks, and watch millions of dollars flow through the pumps. But here's the strange part. A gas station can sell $2 million worth of fuel in a year, and the owner may keep only a fraction of that. The pump looks like the business. It isn't. Most of the money simply passes through you and goes straight back to the fuel supplier. So where does the real profit come from? By the end of this video, you'll know how gas stations actually make money, why fuel margins are so thin, where the biggest profits really hide, and why the best gas station owners aren't really in the gasoline business at all. A gas station comes in 3 sizes, and they're almost 3 different businesses. A small rural station might cost a few $100,000. You get a few pumps, a small store, and mostly local customers. A mid-sized station with a larger convenience store and a better location can cost several $1,000,000. Then there are major highway locations and large convenience store chains where a single property can cost many millions. The difference isn't just the size of the building, it's the amount of traffic the location can capture. A small station might depend on regular local drivers. A major highway station can serve thousands of travelers every day. And once you move into the biggest operators, you're not really buying one gas station anymore. You're buying a retail network. But the price of the station is only the beginning. There is another cost most first-time owners learn very quickly: the fuel itself. When a customer pays $50 at your pump, that $50 does not belong to you. Most of it goes straight to the company that supplied the gasoline. Then taxes and card fees take another piece. What you keep is the small gap between your selling price and your wholesale cost. And that gap can be surprisingly thin. A station might sell hundreds of thousands of gallons every month and still make only a few cents per gallon before other expenses. That's the trap. More fuel means more sales, but not necessarily more profit. The pump can look like a money machine while quietly earning you very little. But fuel margin is only half the problem. The second cost can be even more dangerous: the location. A gas station lives or dies by traffic. 2 stations can sell the exact same gasoline, charge almost the same price, and sit 1 mile apart. One can make a fortune. The other can barely survive. Why? Cars have to actually stop. A corner with easy entry, heavy traffic, and no nearby competitor can be worth millions more than an empty piece of land. And here's the strange part. You don't just need cars passing by. You need the right cars at the right times with a reason to pull in. A station beside a busy highway can get thousands of customers a day. A station hidden behind a difficult turn can have pumps sitting empty. In this business, location isn't everything. Location is the business. Now we get to the question that actually matters. How does the money work? Imagine you and I open a gas station. We buy gasoline for $3 a gallon and sell it for $3.05. That 5 cents is our gross fuel margin. 5 cents sounds almost useless. But now imagine selling 300,000 gallons in a month. Suddenly, that tiny difference becomes $15,000. That's the entire game. A gas station doesn't need to make a fortune on one customer. It needs thousands of customers buying small amounts over and over again. The more gallons you sell, the more those pennies add up. But remember, that $15,000 still has to cover employees, rent, insurance, electricity, repairs, and other costs. The pump doesn't make you rich one sale at a time. It makes money through volume. But here's where the business gets interesting. Gasoline brings the customers in. It doesn't always bring the biggest profit. Walk inside the store, and the economics change completely. A gallon of fuel might leave you with only a few cents of gross margin. A bottle of water, coffee, soda, snack, or hot food can produce a much larger margin. That's why the best gas stations aren't just fuel stops. They're convenience stores with pumps attached. Think about the customer who spends $50 filling the tank and then walks inside for a $3 drink and a $4 snack. The fuel created the visit. The store creates the extra profit. And once you understand that, the entire business looks different. The gas gets them there. The store makes the money. Now look at what happens after you park. The station is not just selling fuel. The entire place is built to make one quick stop turn into 3 purchases. The coffee is near the entrance. Cold drinks are easy to see. Snacks sit where your eyes naturally land. Hot food smells travel across the store. And the checkout is surrounded by small items you never planned to buy. Even the pumps are working for the store. While you're filling your tank, bright signs can show coffee, food, car washes, and special deals. The goal is simple: get you onto the property for gasoline, then give you reasons to spend more before you leave. The best gas stations don't ask you to shop. They make shopping feel like part of getting gas. Then there's the loyalty card. You scan it at the pump, get a few cents off per gallon, and it feels like the station is giving you money back. But that's not really what is happening. The station is buying your next visit. If a rewards program saves you 10 cents a gallon, you might choose that station again next week instead of the one across the street. And now the owner has something even more valuable than one sale: a repeat customer. The station can also see how often you visit, how much fuel you buy, and what you purchase inside. That information helps them decide what deals to offer. The discount isn't just a cost, it's an investment in getting you back. And then you have the customers every gas station owner wants, not the person who fills up once a month. The real prize is the person who comes back constantly. Think delivery drivers, commuters, contractors, taxi drivers, and company fleets. A single fleet can put thousands of gallons through one station every month. One delivery company with 20 vans can be worth more than hundreds of occasional customers. And these drivers don't need much convincing. Their vehicles need fuel, whether prices are high or low. That's what makes them so valuable. A regular customer might spend $200 a month. A busy commercial vehicle can spend several times that. The station doesn't need millions of customers. It needs the right customers coming back again and again. So here's the whole gas station business in one sentence: fuel volume multiplied by fuel margin, plus store sales multiplied by store margin, plus extra services minus operating costs. That's the machine. The pumps create traffic. The fuel creates revenue. The store creates higher margin sales. Loyalty programs bring customers back. Fleet customers create predictable volume. And the location determines how many people enter the machine in the first place. Every major decision comes back to those numbers. You want more gallons, better margins, more store purchases, more repeat visits, and lower costs. Miss one badly and the business can struggle. Get them all working together, and a simple roadside station can become a serious cash-generating business. That's the entire game. The math looks simple until something goes wrong. One of the biggest problems is buying too much station with too much debt. Imagine borrowing $2 million to buy a busy gas station. The pumps keep selling fuel, but now the business has a large monthly payment before you pay anyone else. Then fuel prices move. Sales slow down. A competitor opens across the street. Suddenly, those thin fuel margins have to cover a debt payment that never gets smaller. This has happened in the real world. In 2024, SQRL service stations filed for Chapter 11 after rapidly expanding to more than 350 stores and taking on major financial pressure. A busy station can survive bad months. A mountain of debt might not. So how much can you actually make? Let's use real numbers. Casey's average store generated about $496,000 in operating income in fiscal 2025, before interest and income taxes. Its average store also produced about $3.406 million in fuel sales and $2.100 million in inside sales. That's the scale of a strong operator. But here's the bigger picture. Casey's reported $546.5 million in net income and $1.2 billion in EBITDA for fiscal 2025. The real money is not in selling gasoline alone. It's in building a machine around it. You don't get rich from the pump. You get rich from everything the pump makes possible.